The mountain town of Lemba Engen glowed like a jar of fireflies at night. Every year, when the wind turned cool and the sky turned silver, the townspeople released hundreds of lanterns into the air. Each one carried a wish, a dream, or a silent promise. But this year, Alya didn't join the crowd. She stood by the edge of her house, holding an old bamboo frame in her hands, her brother Reno's unfinished lantern. Its paper was wrinkled and covered with dust. Inside, a message was written in faded ink. "If you can't find me, follow the light." Her heart ached. Reno had died 6 months ago in a mountain accident. Since then, she'd stopped believing in wishes or stars. What good were promises if they couldn't bring him back? From her window, she watched as lanterns floated higher and higher. The townspeople cheered below, but she couldn't move. Her fingers tightened around the bamboo frame. "You never finished this, Reno," she whispered. "And I never said goodbye." As the last lantern disappeared into the clouds, a single tear slipped down her cheek, glowing softly under the moonlight, like a spark waiting to rise. The next morning, Alya walked to the market to buy some food for her mother. The town still smelled of burnt wax and flowers from the festival. Everyone looked happy, but inside, she felt like a ghost wandering through their laughter. Near the edge of the square, she saw a boy fixing a broken kite. His hands moved carefully, and his eyes reflected the same quiet sadness she carried. "You were at the Lantern Festival, right?" he asked softly, without looking up. "I wasn't," Alya replied. "I don't make wishes anymore." The boy smiled faintly. "Maybe you don't have to. Sometimes, the wish finds you first." His name was Arka. He helped his uncle sell lanterns every year, but never released one himself. "I make them for others," he said, "but I've never written a wish. Maybe I'm scared it won't come true." Alya didn't know why, but talking to him felt light. For the first time in months, she didn't feel like the only person stuck in sadness. When she mentioned Reno's lantern, Arka's eyes softened. "Then let's finish it," he said. "Maybe the promise isn't broken yet." That afternoon, they began repairing the old lantern. Arka brought new paper, soft and white, while Alya rewrote Reno's message inside. The wind outside the house carried the faint scent of jasmine and rain. As they worked, Alya remembered the times Reno had told her stories about the stars, how each light in the sky was a lantern that never fell. "He used to say the wind could carry messages," she said. Arka nodded. "Then maybe the wind will carry yours too." When they finished, the lantern looked almost new again, glowing faintly in the afternoon light. Arka smiled. "There's one more thing," he said. "We have to light it from the hill, the one where you used to go with him." The name hit her like a soft echo. That hill was where Reno took her every year to watch the lanterns. She hadn't gone back since the accident. Her hands trembled, but she nodded. "Okay, tomorrow, before sunset." That night, she couldn't sleep. The repaired lanterns sat by her window, catching the moonlight. For the first time since Reno's passing, she felt warmth instead of pain, a quiet pull to finally follow the light. Next evening, the two of them began their climb up the hill. The trail was lined with wildflowers and the sound of distant waterfalls. The wind brushed gently through the trees, as if the mountain was breathing with them. When they reached the top, the sun was already sinking, painting the sky in gold and rose. Alya looked at the horizon and whispered, this was his favorite place. Arka placed the lantern between them. "Then let's make it his again." They lit the candle inside. The paper flickered softly, glowing like a heartbeat. The wind picked up, not harsh but steady, like it was waiting. Alya held her breath and let the lantern go. It rose slowly at first, trembling, then lifted higher, glowing brighter against the deepening sky. Alya's chest felt heavy, but in that weight was release. She imagined Reno laughing beside her, his voice carried by the wind. "Do you think he saw it?" she asked. Arka looked up at the lantern disappearing into the stars. "I think he's the wind carrying it higher." For the first time, Alya smiled, not because the pain was gone, but because it finally had a place to rest. Days passed, and the town returned to its quiet rhythm. But something in Alya had changed. She still missed Reno, but when she looked at the sky, she no longer felt empty. She met Arka often, sometimes helping him fix kites, sometimes just sitting by the hill watching the clouds drift by. Every sunset, a breeze passed through the trees, warm and gentle. She liked to think it was Reno, still watching, still near. One evening, she found a small paper folded under her window. It was from Arka. Inside it said, "Promises don't fade when you share them." That night, Alya lit a new lantern by herself. She didn't write a wish, only one word: thank you. As it rose into the starry sky, glowing softly among thousands of unseen lights, she whispered, "I found you, Reno." The lantern drifted higher and higher until it became just another star in the endless blue. And for the first time, she believed, not in magic, but in the promise that love, once lit, never truly goes out.